Welcome back to Joe's Stunner Boxing. We have got a little review to do, a little belated review of a British middleweight title fight between Denzel Bentley and Linus Udofia, which took place last Friday, and I missed it because I was out having a meal with some friends. But I watched it, and I can't not do a review of it because it's such a great fight. Now, this was for the vacant middleweight belt. I think Felix Cash had given it up, and Cash was actually the man that took the belt off Bentley. Bentley was British champ. He won it from Mark Heffron, lost it in 3 rounds to Felix Cash. I actually picked Bentley to beat Cash, and to be honest with you, it wasn't so much the fact that I was wrong with the prediction. It was the manner in which Cash beat Bentley, because he stopped him in 3 rounds. And it was, Bentley weren't at the races. I mean, he didn't seem to be there mentally at all in that fight. But I don't know what went wrong there. I think the Commonwealth belt was on the line as well, which was a shame because Bentley could have been, Commonwealth and British champ. But yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, so Bentley came back. He lost it last year. Lost that fight last year. Came back, stopped Sam Evans in 3 rounds. Evans had, I think, 10 wins and a defeat. So it wasn't a bad little comeback win. But Linus Udofia is a different kettle of fish. He's a very good fighter. English champ, beat John Harding Jr. And he was looking to win this belt. Linus is 28. Denzel is 27, I think. So there's not much difference. And from the word go, you could tell that this was going to be an even fight. Now, I almost never, ever give even rounds. Very rarely. But I could not separate them in the first round of this fight, because they were so close. And it was an indication of what was to come. A really competitive, fantastic, grueling fight where you just didn't know who was going to win right until the end, okay? So the first round, Denzel coming out, he landed a very good body punch. I think it was a right hand to the body at one point. Linus was boxing well. Both guys having some success. Neither of them hurt in the first round, but I just couldn't separate them. Very often you hear the word subjectivity mentioned when it comes to scoring fights. Now, this was a good fight where subjectivity did come into play. You can only have, things are only subjective in close rounds. If a round isn't close, it's not a case of, you can't make that excuse, well, it's scoring subjective. No, it isn't. Not if one guy completely dominates the other guy. You can't just say, well, I'll give it to the other guy. Why? Well, it's subjective, isn't it, fight scoring? No. You've got to be able to justify that subjectivity, and that can usually only be done if a round is close. Well, I'll tell you what, the first round of this fight, Bentley and Udofia, you won't find a closer round. Very close. Second round, suddenly Denzel's putting it on him. Was it the second round or was it the third? Because I know the second and third rounds, it became apparent what either man had to do to win. Denzel, up close, was using his physical strength, was kind of bullying and not ragdolling, but manhandling Linus a little bit. When it was at range, Linus was definitely in the driving seat. Good jabs, nice right crosses and overhand rights. When up close, Denzel was the man landing the meaty punches. Okay, so I can't remember whether it was the second round where Denzel put the heat on him. No, I think it was the second round where Linus boxed him very well. And in the third round, Denzel came back and started to impose himself physically on Udofia. But again, this is so evenly matched. And great fight to watch. Really great fight to watch. Fourth round, I think I had it. I can't remember the exact rounds because I was scoring it. But again, very close rounds. And it wasn't until, let me get this right now. It wasn't until I think the 8th round and the 9th round where I felt Denzel started to really impose himself, because I think it was the 8th round where he landed a good right hand and Linus, his knee grazed the canvas. It wasn't really a knockdown, but his knee definitely did touch the canvas, and the referee did not call a knockdown, which he should have done technically. Linus wasn't badly buzzed or anything, but Denzel had got his attention and definitely punched him rather than shoved him onto a knee. I think that should have been a knockdown for Denzel, but it wasn't. It wasn't classed as a knockdown. So, you know, 10-8 for Denzel. But in the 9th round, I thought Denzel capitalised on that little bit of success, because up until that knockdown it was quite close, that round. But in the 9th, Denzel definitely imposed himself more on Linus, won that round, and for the first time I had Denzel 2 points ahead in the fight. Then you come into the championship rounds, 10, 11, 12. Very, very close. I felt Linus came back into it, won the 10th, if memory serves, and then I think the 11th. Did I give the 11th to Denzel? And then, yeah, I did. And then the final round, I thought Linus won it. So my scorecard was 115, 114 to Denzel Bentley. Okay, which, now one of the guys had it, one of the judges had it 116, 112 to Denzel, which was, to me, was too wide. If you're telling me this is a 2-round fight either way, no argument, because some of those rounds were so difficult to judge, so difficult. And I think one guy had it 115, 114 to Linus. No problem with that score. But the deciding card gave it to Denzel Bentley, who became a 2-time British middleweight champ. Linus can come again. Both these guys are a real class act. I watched the post-fight interviews. I just thought Denzel outworked Linus in some of the rounds a bit more and edged them. But there was some real quality stuff coming from Linus as well. Denzel's delighted, you know, he's 2-time British champ. He's put that bad defeat to Felix Cash behind him, that surprising defeat to Felix Cash behind him. Linus, his first defeat, he can come again. I mean, and both these guys were class acts in post-fight interviews. Linus came across as being a really intelligent, articulate fella. He really was. Quite a sort of old head, you know, on a wise old head. Denzel was delighted, of course. He wants to push on, I think, to European level. But both these guys can go beyond British level, I think, to European level. No question about it. And this is, you know, if Linus wants some inspiration, he's only got to look at Denzel, hasn't he? Denzel, bad defeat to Felix Cash, comes back and wins his old title back. Linus can fight for this title again and win it. And I think both guys have got a future. Like I say, I think Linus is 28 and Denzel's 27, or vice versa. They're late 20s. Plenty of time to get their work done. Plenty of time to get back in the gym, work hard, and win further titles. So, yeah, well done, Denzel Bentley, 2-time British champ. Just outworked Linus a little bit up close and in the clinches. Landed a few. Didn't work the body as much as he should have done, because in the first round he landed, like I say, that very good right hand to the body. And I think he'd have made life easier, Denzel, if he'd have concentrated more on the body. But Linus had some nice skills, good jab. Right hand did some damage as well. But at range, he definitely controlled the range better. It was Denzel's job to get in close. And to me, he did that. He did just enough of that to pinch this fight. So that's what I thought of that great fight. Really terrific fight. It was on Channel 5, terrestrial telly. It's a Wasserman promotion. And if that's you know, an indication of things to come from Wasserman and Channel 5, we want more of it. It's going to be a good old gig. See, you don't need that pay-per-view crap to have good boxing. Throw that out the window. Anyway, if you like this video, hit like. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It takes you a second to hit subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks for your time, as always. I'll catch you later. Try and catch this fight. It may be on Channel 5's website. I don't know. I'll watch it on one of the naughty channels, but, you know, why break the habit of a lifetime? Anyway, catch you later. Be good. And as always, take care of yourselves. Bye for now.